Laura died. Laura died.
I'm here.
All right. Hey, guys, welcome back. It's another Wednesday. And that means we're playing Krasden. Stop. I hate you. I promise you, audience, if you're watching the recording, while that may have been funny to you initially, he's gonna keep doing it. Okay, so this is episode 54, Frostigdal. Uri, why don't you tell us what happened last week, bud?
Last week it started, we were on this train, and that train was making its way, just kind of chugging along, except it didn't make that noise. It was more of one of those electric trains. Anyway, we were on our way through the underground, and all of a sudden we had come to a stop. The train stopped itself. Somehow it knew that it needed to stop because there was a wee bit of an obstruction. There were these racks that had fallen in the middle of this tunnel. So we got out, and some of us started working on moving those racks out of the way, and I was just keeping lookout, and I couldn't help but notice that there was a light coming towards us. And as it grew ever closer, it seemed as though, well, this is probably a kind of suspect thing, because I can see around there are scorch marks. This was clearly demolished intentionally, and that usually means us to set up an ambush. And that inclination turned out to be correct. They were some shape-shifting snake people who were bent.
Right. We have the snakes.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, they attacked us with the intention of, I don't know, maybe they just wanted to kill us, maybe they thought we had valuables. They didn't really stick around to question it, because we killed them all. Did not leave one of them alive to ask about why they were there.
Nope.
At all. So anywho, after we got them taken care of, we moved the rest of the racks, some of which someone, not naming any names, may have bumped the train into by starting it before the rocks were cleared. Scuffed up the chrome on the front a little bit, but no biggie. So we made our way the rest of the way to the Dwarven Tag, and when we got there, oh boy, I couldn't understand what they were saying, but they were not super pleased to see us.
Can we talk about how Ori's kind of racist? Every time Crucible and Bagby talk in Undercommon, he needs to comment on how they're not speaking a language he can understand.
I'm just saying I couldn't understand them, but they seemed none too pleased to see us, and they didn't use they didn't say Ikutsuyocho too many times, so that was a refreshing change of pace. But Bagby and Crucible, who could speak their language, did a great job diffusing the situation. They were very diplomatic, and in fact, the dwarves became very helpful. They gave us good instructions on who to talk to, where to go, tried to fix us up with things so that we could, travel in the cold weather, but they didn't really have much in the way of that, because it's quite toasty there down in the Tag. But they directed us to the nearest village, which and told us that the descent down to our destination of Opendalig was quite the journey, and we kind of decided that we would need to stop in Frostigdal for proper clothing and provisions in order to get to Opendalig without freezing our little buns off.
Yes. You put together some semblance of temporary survival gear, from what you were able to gather from what you were given. Ori turned Duncan into a moose, which
he was having a little bit of trouble in the snow. So
Bagby's riding a dog.
Sunshine Not Sunshine. Your name says Sunshine, but you are Joe today.
Oh, sorry. I'm just feeling sunny today.
Joe summoned.
Did anybody rewatch the episode?
I was working.
So that's a no all around. I'm starting to speak moose.
I did not rewatch the episode. Did I miss stuff in my recap?
No, you're fine. I just couldn't remember what time of day it was when you left, and I'm pretty sure it was midday, mid-afternoon, but
We were trying to make it before nightfall, I know.
yes, you were. Okay. So, we've already had. We'll pick it up there. You can see our mountain in question on the background of the stream. It's been snowing and pretty heavy wind for a few days now. The dwarves told you that last week. Ori, can we adjust your camera a bit? We're just staring at your chin, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff.
It's fine. Guess we got pinkies in the chat.
Oh, that seems premature, but I approve.
If you could remind me, Morgan, I have a link to send you of something I think you'd be interested in for D&D. After the fact.
We're doing.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh my god, can we pretend he can speak for a second? Can we just pretend?
No,
Hey,
we commit to the bit. We commit to the bit. And Dan.
I think he ended.
Silent
I think he
fucking-
ended. I don't know. I think he said amen.
Oh, hey, actually, just because I like this bit, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, so only I can talk to Duncan.
Okay.
That was a really nice toast, Duncan.
How long does that last for? And for the sake of this joke,
let's
I'm going to
say
let it last.
forever.
Yeah, for the sake of this joke, it lasts till the end of the day.
10 minutes,
Quite
actually.
it's quite pleasant being a moose.
Oh, yeah? Good for you. I
feel
love the
quite
idea
large.
that Joe's just responding in comment to a moose, just going,
You know, the two of you are really not helping with the element of surprise. I appreciate that you can talk to him because Duncan always has very important, wonderful things to say. But if we're trying to be sneaky at all or avoid any kind of like winter abominable snowman beasts, it's not really helping.
Is that what we're doing?
I don't know what kind of creatures are out here on these roads.
Ori, would you like to roll nature? You were raised here.
Or
I don't want to get eaten by a yeti.
How do you know how does Bagby know what a Yeti is?
I think she's
I read a lot of books.
It's one of your romance novels, isn't it?
It was the yeti and the fire genasi. Their love was forbidden.
Because the fire genasi lit the Yeti on fire every time.
what you really need is this little elf that wanted to be a dentist.
Only.
That was the second novel because it brought in the love triangle with Frosty the Snowman, and then things got really interesting because he kept melting whenever they would have sex, and it was weird.
Got real hot and steamy, did it? All right, Ori, what would you roll?
18.
Yeah, she's right. There's Yetis here. There's all sorts of shit out here. There's
When you say Yetis are here, do you mean in the abstract?
in the
Or as
abstract,
in, like,
they
Yeti?
exist. Yetis exist. There's
Okay.
frost wyverns. There's salamanders, which are super interesting. They live in caves, but they're on fire. Humanoid lizard things that are on fire.
Oh yeah, Bagby's totally right. There's a lot of really dangerous stuff out here.
Okay.
We're getting
okay,
close to
just-
tone, though. You can
give
see
me-
it down there.
Give me a holler if you need to say anything. Okay.
all right then.
All
Speaking
right.
of getting close to tone, I throw my hood up.
So go ahead and let's roll con save.
And everybody gets a +3, which does not help me because I rolled a 1. Fuck. I got a 7 on a nat 1.
Oh, I forgot to add the. Okay, technically that should be a 25. Or no, yes, that should be a 25.
Okay.
Crucible got a 73. Does that help any of us?
I got an 11.
22 for Duncan. And Joe, what'd you...
I nat 1 as well.
Fantastic. All right. Joe and Bagby, you are very, very cold. Bagby for obvious fucking reasons. And Joe also, you live in sort of a tropical area as well.
Bagby, it's my turn to hug the dog.
Oh my dog!
The both of you have disadvantage until you get warm.
Okay.
You are heading down. Go ahead and roll perception as you crown the ridge and are able to really see down into the valley now.
7 with disadvantage.
Well, I rolled very well, so a 19.
Okay.
That's right. App made by Patrick. That's very good.
That he needs to put on the fucking app store.
Respect my dice rolls.
Crucible. What is that? What's your number?
My con roll.
No, your perception roll. I asked for a perception roll. It's okay. I'll come back to you. Ori?
Up. It is
Oh, I am sorry.
19.
Yeah. Ori, 15.
Uh-huh.
Duncan, 14. And Joe?
7.
7. Okay. Joe, you're too cold to see anything. Your eyes are basically closed most of the time. Or you're covering your face because you're just freezing your ass off.
Oh,
I don't
honey,
see
her
I don't see
eyes
very
are
well to
frozen
begin
open.
Ori, Duncan, you can, because you guys have got a glimpse at where the town is before, you can still kind of see it in that direction. Ori, Crucible, and Bagby, you can see that this is sort of a more gentler slope on the way down. And you can all tell that you're mostly heading in the right direction. And as soon as you hit the tree line, it really evens out and it won't be a big deal getting back down to the village. However, basically the whole thing, including the valley, is covered in snow still. You're never going to get relented on this. The further down you get, maybe the wind will go away, but you're never going to get relented from this snow. You travel for another couple hours. This is around where it's like 4 or 5 o'clock at this point. And I'd like everyone except for Joe, because he's failed the last 2. Actually, Joe and Bagby, don't roll this. Crucible, Ori, and Duncan, go ahead and roll survival real quick.
The overlay from Sunday is still on.
Of course it is.
21.
Alright. It should be good now. Might have to reload, but it should be good. 21, 24, and Duncan 15. Yes?
16.
16. Wish I could speak moose. The Crucible and Ori, after hitting this far and you still haven't gotten to quite the tree line yet, it'll probably take you another half an hour to 45 minutes to get to the tree line. You're becoming fully aware that there's basically nothing you can do to get in town before nightfall. Moving the way you are, it's going to start to get dark and the temperature is going to drop even further.
Crap, I really thought we had time.
Your options are you can
If we were to push through it, how long would it take in the dark?
depending on how sturdy you're feeling, athletics roll, it could just be a couple hours, maybe just an hour, hour and a half. But if you get lost down in the forest at the base of the mountain, which is unlikely with Ori around, but still possible, you could be wandering around for quite some time.
And looking at the terrain around us, is there anything to build fires with to keep us warm during the night?
Not until you hit the tree line, really.
And that's still 45 minutes in front of us.
Yeah. At the pace you have been traveling.
Right.
If you decide to continue, if you decide to start rolling like athletics and start to pick up your pace a bit, I will say that failing this does have repercussions. I mean, you're trying to run down a mountain. But you're traveling at a safe pace is what I've been putting you at so far.
Right.
What if we made what I like to call a Joe Toboggan?
I like this plan. I like everything about this plan. Tell us more.
I think you're looking for Toboggan.
Tell us about that Jaboggan then.
Jaboggan. There we go, Jaboggan.
Go on. You were explaining your brilliant plan.
No, that
I'm
was
excited
sorry. That
about this
was out of character. I'm too cold to say or see anything.
Are we sledding down this hill? Is that the thing that's happening? Because I want to.
About that idea, if that's what we're doing.
I really want to sled down this hill.
I don't think that's a good idea to slide down this hill.
Why?
What I'm thinking is, if we keep going at this pace, we're not going to get there. Before it gets really dark and really cold, and we're going to lose
Can
our
we
way.
Can we just double time it to the trees?
So if we get to the trees, let's make camp, build a fire, warm up.
I would like that.
Joseph,
What, Duncan? What?
do you think you could ride me?
I don't know. I don't know. Is that a thing that would happen? I mean, I'm decent at survival, Mike. Would I be able to know if a moose can hold a fully armored Joe?
Go ahead and roll animal handling.
Considering a moose is roughly 3 times the size of a war horse.
Yeah, they're big, but oh damn it, one of those was a nat 20. All right, well I got a 21 still with disadvantage.
What is the strength threshold of a moose? Is a thing I'm asking out loud.
Hang on, I'll look up a moose. That's something I say every day.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up a moose.
Moose
it's only-
is only a 3/5 creature, but we can use elk.
Okay.
Oh no, there's
Say.
a 2-toed horned moose. All right.
The fuck?
What a dire moose.
Dire
Why
moose
don't-
is a giant.
Why don't we
moose.
just use like a giant elk?
Yeah, sure.
That's
I
a
don't.
big moose,
I
right?
don't know. Sure, go
19
for it.
strength.
Okay, 19 strength. You.
The regular 2-toed horned moose is 20 strength.
Okay, you. Yes, you think it is possible for Duncan to carry you. However, he does not have any sort of saddle. Anything for you to hold on to.
Got antlers. I assume he has antlers, I guess. I don't actually know if he does.
Well, he's a dude moose, so probably.
Yeah.
I think I made him a dude moose.
You can't change
Yep,
this.
I made him a dude moose.
Duncan
Yep.
is a moose at the end of last episode.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna try to ride Duncan then.
Okay. Go ahead and Duncan, I'd like you to roll athletics, and Joe, I'd like you to roll animal handling.
Again.
Yes.
Okay. Just rolling for that disadvantage, huh? Well, that wasn't too bad. I got a 16 and a 14, so that comes out to 18 for my lowest one with disadvantage.
18.
Duncan, if your athletics does not have any bonuses to it, it would be based off of the moose's stats, so it would be a +5.
15. 15. Does that say 15?
16, I think.
16.
Okay. 16. Yes, Joe is able to ride the Duncan. It's slightly precarious, but Joe is riding the Duncan.
Do you want me to roll for the
Let's go ahead and get some fan art.
the
real quick.
Mastiff? Or, well, it's not a Mastiff, but the thing that I'm calling a Mastiff that Bagby's riding?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Just athletics, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, I got a 19 on the dice roller, so that's only a +1, though, but a dirty 20. I got a 1 and then a bunch of good rolls this session so far.
Good.
I missed the Duncan as a Moose episode.
What the fuck? Okay. Well, that's not good.
I would like to revisit sledding.
I'll crucible into it, I guess.
See, here's the thing. When I was at the monastery, we would take shields that we stole from upstairs, and we would slide down the broken gravel rocks by the lava pits, and then we would have to time it and jump off before it went in the lava pit because that was part of our like dexterity training. So I'm a really good sledder, kind of, and would very much like to sled because I've never slept on snow.
Dexterity training, or you got in trouble for this? What? Which is it really?
Hey, it's Bagby's story.
However, do the terrain here instead of like the normal slip and slide. This is more like slip and bleed from the anus.
All right.
Yep, they call this old Broken Pelvis Mountain.
Well, I guess that's the name of the fucking mountain now.
Fine, but you have to promise that when we get there, if it's safe and we have time, I get to go sledding in real snow.
Absolutely.
Okay, I promise.
I'm gonna go sledding on real snow. Sledding on real snow. We don't get snow underground, so it's kind of fun to be out here. It's really cold, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I've looked around. It turns out they don't make a warm version of this stuff.
Should work on that.
Wow.
You get to the tree line. How much farther do you travel? Or do you stop there?
I would say we probably shouldn't go too far into the tree line, just for safety reasons.
I would defer to Ori.
It'll be.
I agree with Crucible. You tell him that, would you?
Duncan agrees with Crucible.
it's true we don't want to go too deep into the forest because then there's more likely to be, the scary things in the night. But also, it's going to be real tricky to build a shelter or to get a makeshift shelter up that we can survive the night in. We may need to drag wood into just a fairly big windbreak, if not a cave, which is also spoopy.
Yes, Duncan?
I vote cave.
Okay, cave. Duncan says cave. Are there any big drifts nearby?
Um,
I would look around.
there's a ridge nearby. That's the wind's coming from the far direction, so there's a little bit of dry rock there.
I was thinking we could dig out if there's a big drift, we could dig out a side of it. But maybe that wouldn't work. I don't know.
Did you get that text I sent you, Morgan? Did you get that thing?
Did you get that thing?
I don't think a month goes by that my brother or me don't send that to each other.
Probably not.
Okay. While this is great,
It's not helpful now. It's not helpful now. I just thought you'd like it. I found rules to make bear people for 5e, so John Sobierski could be a thing. Like,
I'm like, are we about to be attacked by bear folks?
no, Sobierski.
Right.
Let's
So while we're looking for the shelter to be staying in, I don't happen. Nobody would happen to have one of those really cool magic room spells that we can
Those are generally
safely
wizard
stored.
things, aren't they?
no magic room, unfortunately. I can make it so that no one can see us or the campfire.
Well, that'll come in handy then. So let's continue looking for shelter then.
You guys want? I can just try to knock down a few trees.
I think that would be conspicuous.
Okay. I'm cold.
You look like you might break before the tree.
All right, all right. Go ahead and roll perception to find a good spot.
Along the way, we would also be looking for any broken branches, potential kindling.
25.
9.
5.
17.
Duncan.
23.
23.
Since I'm translating for him.
Okay. So Ori, Duncan, and Crucible, you basically all seem to see the same spot at the same time. It's a little farther into the tree line, but it's this outcropping that has two. It's not a cave, but it's got two like walls on both the upper part of the mountain and the lower part of the mountain, and then there's a large boulder that you can tell basically no snow due to how the wind hits it. No snow is able to go there, so it is dry ground. There's also a bunch of trees nearby. Kindling is possible.
I point it out to the rest of the group and I say, I think right over there would probably be a good spot to spend the night.
I would also like to say, Crucible and Duncan, you are pretty sure, as you're heading in that direction, you see something following you. And it's more than one something. But it's hard to track because it's blending in very well with the snow, whatever it is.
But we're in snow. How far away do I perceive this away?
It's probably 100 feet.
Okay. So Joe, Hori, Bagby, We're being followed or at least watched by something.
Yeah, crap baskets. What does it look
Duncan
like?
said,
I can't tell what it looks like. It's blending in with the terrain here.
With my knowledge of the surrounding area, would that ring any bells?
Go ahead and roll nature.
maybe it just wants us to start a fire already, so that it can be warmed by the fire with us.
Fan of that. That's funny.
Yeah. It could be a lot of things.
Do you want me to move through the shadows and see if I can get a better look?
There's not a lot of shadows out here.
No, we should. We.
Sure. Yeah, you could
whatever
probably
it
use
is,
the
we should
trees.
just stay together.
You could probably use the trees. Again, you are rolling at disadvantage because of how cold you are.
It shouldn't impact the poofing, but it might impact what I see.
And I'll wait till she's done, but I'd like to do a thing while she's doing that.
Okay. So go ahead and do your poofing to the general direction that Crucible pointed out. Go ahead and roll stealth now that you're there.
What is my stealth? Ooh, +8. Oh, God. Sometimes the dice roller goes, like, the background goes invisible.
What?
You mean sometimes it's always perfect and nothing ever is wrong with it?
Yeah, like it picks up the background of the browser window behind it. That's a 22 with advantage for the stealth.
That sounds like a display setting for Laura, not.
It could also be my computer. If it hasn't happened to anybody else, it's definitely my computer. And then a 15 for perception.
So what was the stealth? I apologize.
22.
Okay. You feel incredibly stealthy. You're in a bough of a tree above the thing you're looking at. Whatever it is, it doesn't notice you. You know that there's 4 things moving in that general direction very slowly. They're humanoids. You can't quite describe it. They have horns. Very large. And they're sort of like bear crawling. They're keep staying very low to the ground as they slowly make their way in that direction.
Okay. I poof back. So there are 4 of them. They are humanoids. They have horns, and they're kind of crawling like a bear close to the ground. I think they're Yetis. What do you think, Ori?
Well, it's either Yetis, frost trolls, or large men with pointy helmets.
Would he be able to re-roll his nature or whatever he had to roll based
Sure.
on a more accurate description?
Sure. Joe, what did you want to do?
When Bagby leaves, I would hop off of Duncan and go to a tree that's nearest the little cave or the little shelter that we've designated.
Mm-hmm.
And I would call Sir Wolfington over to join me, and I would hit the tree really fucking hard with my glaive, and see if I either knock it down or knock some kindling loose at least.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics on that.
I was playing Animal Crossing and shaking the trees, hoping something good falls out of them.
It's true.
Shaking the snow-covered trees.
Luckily, it's a Bell's tree.
I got a 15. And I'm not like right next to it. I mean, it's a long spear, so I probably got some snow on me, but I doubt I got covered in it.
No, your snow is not that big of a deal. You knock a few branches out, small ones.
Okay, I have Sir Wolfington pick those up and head over to the shelter to start making fire with those.
Okay. Go ahead and roll survival to make it work.
Yeah, I guess I do have a tinderbox, don't I? There's a nat 20. Too bad it won't matter. 17 survival.
Okay, you're able to start it. It'll take you a few seconds though. Ori, what were you doing again? Nature.
Nature gave me a more.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your nature?
11. The dice gods want this to be a surprise.
There are frost apes. Could be polar bears. Could be yetis, like she said. Humanoid. I mean, it could be Goliaths wearing something. The way she described the size of him, it doesn't make sense that.
Wait, she described him. It sounded bigger than your typical.
Yeah.
Even your hardy Nordic folk. Okay. It's probably trouble. Just don't know what kind. We're not going to outrun him out here. May as well make the camp and stand our ground.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Crucible and Duncan, you were the ones who were able to see them, so you're able to keep an eye on them from this distance. They've sort of stopped moving toward you, and it's a little hard to keep track of them because they really do kind of stop moving toward you after a while, and occasionally you'll see them move a little bit, but not a lot. Sun's starting to go down. You have a full fire and a camp set up in this outcropping. And Bagby and Joe, if you would take a short rest next to the fire, you can get your disadvantage sent away.
I would love to do that.
Yes, please.
As much as I'll miss the bit, technically speaking, Duncan should be revert to his normal form by now.
Whoa. That was amazing. Did you see me? I was a moose.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's quite nice being that tall. It's almost twice my size. I was way up there.
Thanks for
I
the
know, we're
ride,
just-
by the way, Duncan. I appreciate it.
Right, of course. I'm not gonna say it wasn't uncomfortable for me, but I saw you was quite cold. And since I was cold, but then I was a moose and wasn't cold anymore, I figured I could help you there.
Pay you
Oh,
back
yeah.
someday.
All
I'm gonna
right.
have to give Duncan a piggyback ride at some point in this campaign.
He's earned it. All right.
Well, we still got Joe Boggin time coming.
All right. Night falls. It's dark. You have your fire and you have your camp on dry ground, not snow. Do you guys have rations? It's never really been a thing.
I have some, but I would ask Duncan if he can do something while we're here.
Ori, were you going to do that fun thing of hiding us?
Yeah, we'll have to see their reaction. I mean, if they're watching us, it's going to be weird that the fire suddenly isn't visible.
That's true.
But I think it's a fine idea. It'll prompt their reaction, so we know their intentions early.
Before you do that, I was gonna see if Duncan could do something though.
Right?
So
Do you
you've
have
got
in mind?
you've got all this nice snow here,
Aye.
which is basically just water.
That's true. I never thought of it that way. But
Are
it
you-
is, isn't it?
Are you able to make like some sort of rampart?
Do you
want to
build a snowman?
Well, I was more thinking like a spike wall pointing out away from us.
I bet I could try to make lots of things. I could see if I could make a bit of a wall here.
Bagby,
And I
what'd you
could
say?
make other things as well.
I was singing.
Papa, can you hear me?
It's the exact
Do
same
you want to fuck a snowman?
So I attempt
Doesn't
to
have to
use
be a
shape water.
snowman.
I attempt to use shape water on the snow then.
Okay. So it doesn't work quite as well. Okay.
Right.
So you can make small I'll let you make small geometric shapes, but you're not going to be able to make like a 20-foot tall rampart around you.
No. I was thinking like a chest high wall or something just to slow them down so I could still attack over it. But
We'll say stuff the size of a bread box.
how big is the bread box?
Normal,
Start to-
standard,
to make-
metric.
Stop
Bread
to
box.
make breaks of snow then, and we'll build like a bit of an igloo thing. Oh, so high.
Okay.
Idea. Whichever direction the wind's coming from, that'll help
Right.
cut that.
Roll
Bits of
survival.
snow. 13.
Okay. You're not able to do it over the whole thing, but there is a wind channel coming in through this boulder that you're next to that you can build a wall next to, and actually you've kind of... There's no roof on it, but you've built a bit of a cave here.
Right. So then we've got only one entrance.
Yep, it's a wide entrance, I will tell you, but this will help with warmth throughout the course of the night, and will also it covers one way at least. I can go ahead and show. I can go ahead and show you that I've been working on it. So here's the boulder. Here's your camp fire. This is the cliff face. This line going on here. These are all trees out here. This is the opening that I'm talking about. You were able to build the wall between this boulder and the cliff here.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I'd be tending the fire and keeping watch while this stuff is going on.
Okay.
And since my noble steed, Sir Woofington, is not really a dog, he's a celestial spirit in the form of a dog,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't need to sleep. So he's going to be lookout.
Sir Wolfington. Okay. So you do you do your spell thing, Ori?
I was kind of waiting for the go ahead there. Crucible you asked me to hold off. Do you think we're ready for lights out now?
I didn't necessarily ask you to hold off.
Oh, okay then.
I think I did, but that was just that thing with Duncan.
Okay. So in a 30-foot radius around the fire, no light will come out of this invisible sphere.
Okay.
So we ourselves could probably still be seen if the thing can see, if whatever it is can see in the dark particularly well,
Mm-hmm.
but no light escapes. And while we're in there, we gain a +5 bonus to stealth and perception checks.
Okay. So you're all well within that circle as to where I have you here. So go ahead and roll perception. Now that you have cast this.
Can I roll for my pupper too?
Sure.
Remember, you all have that +5 bonus.
I think he gets a.
With my standard bonus, that's a +13 altogether.
Damn.
So 31.
29.
And you said we don't have disadvantage anymore because we took a short rest?
Yeah, you're fine now.
Okay, 19.
Both Joe and the
19.
pupper rolled like shit.
Got a +10 now, and I rolled a 4. It's just
I rolled a 2 and a
14.
5.
You don't have disadvantage anymore. Oh, okay, never mind.
No, I mean, like,
I forgot
rolled
you were
a 2
rolling
for
for
Joe and a 5 for the dog.
Right. So Bagby, it is getting darker, and the firelight from your angle doesn't really help. But you do occasionally see movement out past this tree line over here. Something is moving out there. Crucible and Ori. you can definitely see that they're getting closer. Crucible, you can see that these things are walking, are capable of walking on two legs, but for the most part walk knuckle drag style, right? And the way they're moving their heads, it's very animalistic, like they're smelling for something, not necessarily looking. And Crucible, I'll give you this as well. Ori and Crucible, through the through past the boulder here and through the lines, you can actually see some light from the village. So you are aware that there are people still lighting lanterns or torches or something in the village down in the valley.
Go ahead and share that information with the group. Not sure what they are, but they kind of walk like apes.
Yeah, I see that.
Ori, on your previous nature, that would narrow it down to between Yetis and Frost Apes for you.
And those things are both bad, right?
And Bagby said that they have horns, so that they definitely are Yeti.
Yetis.
Yeti, you would know. Go ahead and roll nature, Ori, and see how much you know about Yeti.
And it must said those romance novels would rot my brain and never come in any good.
Hey, look.
They for the most part have.
I finally did not totally fuck up a nature roll.
What is that?
That is a 19.
19. All right. Yes. They don't have dark vision or night vision or anything like that. You remember? They mostly, and actually, they mostly leave people alone. It's slightly interesting to you that they're not avoiding you entirely. They're territorial, but they're not overly aggressive, because they are somewhat intelligent. Not like intelligent enough to know common or anything like that, but they do have their own language. And actually, a couple of elders in town have gone so far as to try to learn it.
Their own language separate from primordial.
It's their own thing. They don't see well in the dark, but they are excellent smellers. They're often used when they're often went to by those elders that do speak the language and asked if they can help find people who get lost in the forest.
But I don't see one of those elders with them now.
Nope, just them.
It's Lincoln time.
It's Lincoln.
Hello there, Lincoln.
there.
Lincoln, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you
Say hi.
listening to me talk through the headphones? What were you saying?
He said, "I see you."
Did you right over? You'll see all of us then. What are you looking at? Oh, you're playing with the paces, aren't you?
Yup, totally doing.
What'd you have for dinner? What'd you eat for dinner? All right, can I have a kiss?
Did you have some
real kiss, but I'll take it.
SpaghettiOs?
Oh, I want SpaghettiOs.
Did you know that's your dad's
have it.
natural smell? SpaghettiOs.
How dare you?
That's what he smells like when he doesn't put anything on them.
Bubba. Good night.
Hey.
Good night.
I smell like tacos. It's better than SpaghettiOs, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but it's not good tacos. It's like Taco Bell late in the evening.
The shells are all soft already.
Yeah.
Hard shells, they're not supposed to be.
Yeah. It's not Amigos. Check out Amigos. It's terrible for you, but it's good.
Delicious. I can't have it.
Okay. So, yeah, you were. Sounds like you're right there, Bagby. They're Yetis. They normally don't. They normally don't like hunt down people. They usually keep to themselves. It's really weird that they followed us this far. They have really good sniffers. They sometimes the village elders ask them to help them find people. There's nobody with them though. It stands a good chance they'd leave us alone, but yeah, we don't want to provoke them. If we gets down to Tilly time with them, it won't be pleasant.
Everybody hears what happens next. You don't need a perception roll. A horn of some kind bellows from out in the forest. Echoes along the mountainside, and you see snow slip in a few places higher up. Not a full avalanche. You're okay.
Grab baskets.
Ori, what does that mean?
Ori, I would like you to roll a history roll.
Great. 15.
Yeah, you remember this. And you remember where you heard it. You don't remember what it, like, who it represents. Clearly somebody did this, but you don't exactly remember who it represents. You remember it when your mom was helping set up the peace accords in the north amongst the different tribes. The tribes that were there were Fearbolgs, the Goliaths, and the Frost Giants. This is one of their horns.
It's a Firbolg, Goliath, or Frost Giant horn, but I can't remember which.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that I don't remember which one.
Like, is that bad then? Or is that maybe good
I
then?
mean, like, what does each one signify, if you can remember?
Well,
Back then, there was a bit of a lot of tiff going on, Ori, amongst the different tribes, and your mom's reputation helped her to basically get everyone to calm the fuck down. This is either battle or hunting.
it's a horn for battle or a horn for hunting. Either way, I mean, when I left Tone, there was a lasting peace. There was a peace between the tribes on account of some recent diplomacy, but I don't know if that's still the case. No, and quite frankly, we are all, or at least appear to be, outsiders here. So if we see any of those guys, it's probably not good news. Even if I do explain who I am, and I don't want to do that, it might not help us.
Why don't you want to do that? This is your hometown.
Some say you can never go home.
And like, did you do something bad? Will they throw you in the stockades? I mean, you don't have to give me details or anything. I just need to know, if we happen to slip up, how terrible is that going to be for you?
It's not so much what I did. It's what I couldn't do.
Good, and
So is it more of a guilt and shame thing than a fear for your life thing?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
All right. Like I said, I don't need to know the details about it. I mean, obviously, this is very personal to you. I just needed to know about your safety.
Maybe we can talk about it when we're not maybe about to die.
Surrounded by Yetis?
Yeah.
We're going to be fine. In all of the books that I've read, Yetis are very nice and relatively good huggers. The Goliaths tend to be a little bit more forceful. And I've heard the furbolgs like to cuddle.
This is
Never
not
known
an
them
accurate representation of the
I've
world.
never known him to do that exactly.
Not at all.
Can't help but think that maybe they start following us because, I was a moose and maybe they ate moose, but I'm not a moose anymore. Maybe they'll go away.
You will see. You have noticed that since especially Ori and Crucible, their movements have basically stopped since that horn. You are pretty certain they're still out there, but they're not moving anymore. Ori, this makes sense to you. Their furs, their biggest thing is that they're just fucking hard to see in the snow.
Well, if they were on the hunt, then I suppose it's a good thing that polymorph spell wore off.
Aye.
Crucible and Ori, this is the last time I'm going to let you keep this perception, your previous possession, but I'll give you something here. Bagby, Joe, and Duncan, you may roll another perception if you would like.
Do we still have plus
Yes,
5?
you're still
Yes,
within. You're still
so long
within
as this bubble is up all night. All night we have this, as long as we're in the bubble.
Nice. 24.
13.
13.
Did you say I could roll again?
Yeah, you don't have to, but you can.
Okay, I got an 18.
Okay. So everybody, Duncan, you would hear this, but you're unaware of what's happening. You hear like snapping and grinding. Joe, Bagby, Crucible, and Ori to the north here. This is technically north. To the north here, somewhere in the forest, you can hear snapping of tree branches. As something large moves, Crucible and Ori, through the line, you can actually, what you initially thought were trees moving in the direction where you saw the Yetis.
The air seems to get a little bit colder as
It gets
frosty
pretty.
steam comes out of Ori's mouth as he says, "Crap, frost giants."
That bad?
Yeah.
Crucible, Ori, and Bagby, you follow the tree trunks basically as they walk, and they get close to the Yetis. Some movement happens. It seems to be moving away. And then all at once, a large axe lands on the ground near where those Yetis were. A fight breaks out in the trees. From your best guess, initially it's the 4 Yetis versus 1 frost giant. And it is maybe 50 to 60 feet away from where you are right now.
I mean, I sort of feel like we should help the Yetis. But that's just me. I'm biased because I really think Yetis are cool.
I don't know. We might still be at peace with the frost giants.
You know, not being from around here, which one fares better here in this fight?
Do I know a Yeti
I've
versus
never encountered either of these.
4 Yetis versus a frost giant?
You can. Jeez, that's a tough roll. You can
Fine,
roll
on the
nature,
big guy.
nature,
Anyone?
or survival.
do survival. Given the choice. 16.
It's going to be pretty close. 1v1, the frost giant beats the living shit out of it, and you're well aware of that. But the number implies that it could go pretty well for them. They obviously didn't initially want to attack. The frost giant just saw him. So he's clearly hunting them.
I'm not sure. The Yetis might have a slight advantage on because of numbers, but if the Yeti was hunting and there was a horn, he might not be alone.
You see that the tree trunks, the brush giant, tosses one down that was on top of him and starts to make his way out of the tree, up the mountain, out of the tree line. You can't quite see, but you hear a horn again.
I mean, either way, whether we help the Yetis or not, if he's calling for reinforcements, we're going to get involved because that was only 60 feet away from us, and I'm pretty sure their leg span would go further than 60 feet. So if we want to not be involved, we should probably move.
Can't leave the spot. If we go out there, we'll die. Just gotta stay very, very quiet.
So who's the good guy here and who's the bad guy?
We are the good guys, and everyone else is medium.
Shit. Just keep making it harder for me, don't you?
At that point, you somewhere up the mountain, you can't quite tell because of this ridge here and the nature of how this ridge is. You hear large something moving to the south of you here up the mountain, separate to what you're already saying.
There's something else.
So is it the frost giants are hunting then?
Go ahead and tell me what languages everyone speaks. Does anybody speak giant?
Nope.
Oh my god, wouldn't that be funny if I did, though?
Nope.
Right.
No.
That'd be quite funny. No.
This little 2-foot-tall goblin. Hello!
My weird languages are Loxodon, Primordial, and Sylvan, in addition to, Common, Druidic, Elvish.
Nice. You don't understand what they're saying, but you hear two distinctive voices yelling at each other from across the landscape.
I sit there and think about it for a moment. If the Frost Giants are hunting just outside of Frostigdal, and it's not a war party, just a hunting party, maybe they still are at peace.
So
Gosh, I wish I knew what they were saying.
So the frost giants eat yetis?
Duncan, they eat pretty much anything they can find.
Wait a minute. That includes us.
What I'm saying.
We're mostly pretty much anything.
I would describe this party as pretty much anything, yeah.
Yep.
75% pretty much anything.
They probably couldn't eat Crucible, but they could fashion him into a fork.
He seems more like a big spoon to me.
Yeah, he
spork.
does.
You know,
Yeah,
whatever.
he does. All right, you guys role play a little bit and figure out what you want to do. I'll be right back.
I am basically an after-dinner mint for these things.
You might be small enough to get stuck in their teeth, Bagby.
Or
Or in their tracheas. I could spread out like a starfish and choke them.
Not a sentence I thought I'd hear today.
All right, so we kind of have to decide what we're going to do here because things are going to unfold pretty quickly. If another frost giant shows up and they're not at peace with the people around here, we're toast.
We just don't know. That's the problem. And
Exactly.
right now they can't see us.
I still think the best. We're pretty well hidden here. I think our best bet is still to stay calm, and stay quiet, and stay still.
Right? Like hug the boulder there. Maybe add some protection, and we just see what happens. Because we don't know who the good guys are.
There's, like I said, we make a run for it. We're gonna freeze out there. I think the best we can do is hold tight until we're forced to make a move.
This doesn't happen often, but I think I agree with Ori.
I would call Puppers back over to be a little closer so that his scent is not on the wind so much.
Right.
Celestial being, would he have a scent?
I don't know. That's a good
I imagine it smells like poopery.
Smells like angel dust.
question.
Yeah, I do have to agree with Ori, though. I think it's probably a bad choice to, basically screw up at this point. If we're heading into a town and we've messed up their peaceful pact.
What's the decision we made?
True. So we wait.
We're going to hold up and see what happens.
Okay.
I say we move in and we hug the boulder there on the
Yeah,
inside near the fire.
Yeah,
we
make
just huddle
ourselves-
up there. as
Try to
small
get
as
our
we can.
scents out of the wind.
Okay.
Make sure to line your pants with permafrost. That's nature's long johns.
Reference.
Make sure he doesn't pick your pockets.
Go ahead and roll stealth. Remember, you have pluses for being inside of this.
Do I still have disadvantage?
No, you're
With-
warm.
Oh,
With
he
armor?
cleared that earlier.
Well, no. Because of the armor. If I'm just standing
No,
there?
if you're just sitting there, no.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's a nat 20. Boom.
Yeah, I'm going to apologize in advance to all of you. Because I roll at disadvantage regardless.
Well,
Well, that's what I asked Mike about.
If you're just sitting at Crucible, no, you don't. You're not
'Cause if we're
doing
moving
anything.
around, we'd be clanking. But if we're just holding still,
And there's no sunlight out there to shine off of your shiny armor.
All right. Well, we just get the one roll with the bonus then.
Does the shield thingy that you cast give us bonus to every roll or just perception?
Perception and stealth.
Perception and stealth.
Okay, so I get an extra 5. So I roll with a plus 13. Oh, that was helpful. Dirty 20.
27.
Ori?
18. Crucible, what did you do?
8.
I'm
So the
made of
plus
metal,
5?
and we're clutching a stone.
He keeps shifting, and you just hear.
Crucible, could you?
Stop leaning on the boulder. Get away from there. No. Stop moving then.
Pivot!
Don't make me turn you off.
Joe, what'd you get?
I got a nat 20, so 25.
Okay, good job.
I will push your factory reset button.
At the noise that's happening in the blackness somewhere away from you through the trees is pretty substantial, right? However, that noise stops after a little bit. And you
I'll do my best to hold absolutely still.
You
Sorry.
are you keeping watch? Are you resting? What's the plan for the night?
So
Suppose we
definitely keeping watch.
should probably take shifts then.
Mm-hmm.
Two at a time, or just two at a time.
I
Okay.
can take first watch.
I'll take first watch with you, Crucible.
Excellent.
Okay. I'll take last watch with puppers.
All right, you got puppers there. Great then. Ori, you and me. I guess we get medal watch then.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
All right. So we're all gonna try to get some sleep.
Okay, who's first watch?
Me and Bagby.
Crucible.
Bagby and Crucible. You're sitting there on first watch, and a tree falls down nearby. Where
Are we dead yet?
midway up where the tree was, you see a face along the starlit sky now. It's looking down at you. It sort of leans in.
What kind of face is this?
A big one.
One that will definitely be amused by the goblin dance.
Got stream up?
Oh.
Oh, he a big boy.
You can now tell he's about 16 to 17 feet tall.
I reach his ankle.
Yeah, you don't even reach his knee.
Does the tree falling wake any of the rest of us up?
It lands in the soft snow. Unlikely.
Okay.
He leans in. His face comes inside of that 30-foot bubble. He takes a quick scan of your whole group with all of you standing there. Nahalug leans back up and starts to walk away with the tree.
It was probably a good idea that we didn't interfere with anything, because if I was leaning towards helping the Yetis.
I was also leaning towards helping the Yetis. That
So,
might have been the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
I think I dripped a little oil there.
Oh, he was so big.
He was bigger than the stone giant you previously met in the not just in height, but much wider build. Built kind of like a dwarf or something like that, but 16 feet fucking tall.
I have never seen anything that big before.
I wanted to make a braid out of his beard into a swing and swing on it.
You easily could have, and he probably wouldn't even notice.
And then I don't know. He was so cool.
All right, it goes to second shift. Basically, nothing else happens during your shift.
All right,
Did we tell them, the second shift people, what happened?
definitely.
Oh, I was thinking it was going to be just a cool, like, Bagby Crucible moment that no one else would know about.
I think they need to know that the alliance thing is still going on, that we're still good with the giants. Unless, you want to surprise them the next time we encounter the giants, we just walk straight up to them and give them a big old greeting.
What did it say?
Nahalug.
Mulholland.
What do you think that means?
Well,
think that means-
Mulholland is like
Wait, were they there?
a street
Sorry.
in Los
Were any of
Angeles.
these people here that are talking right now, Bagby and Crucible?
This is them telling Second Watch what was going on.
Is that true?
No, we're still deciding if we want to tell
Okay.
second.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I thought you
okay.
were. Sorry, I thought that was in character. My bad.
Just listening. Just making it clear.
It's up to you, Bagby.
You're probably right. We should tell them.
Yeah. All right.
That was super cool, and I feel like it strengthened the bond of our friendship. You might be new best friend. Don't tell Duncan.
Dun dun dun. Drama. The drama bomb.
So who is second watch?
Duncan and Ori.
All right, let's wake him up and let him know what happened.
All right. You're
I
awoken.
sit on Ori's chest, and I flick his ear. Until
What? Oh crap! Oh, oh, it's you. It's you, Bagby. It's not cool.
You see our turn already?
Mhm.
It's like I just closed my eyes like a moment ago.
It's exhausting walking through the snow and
In emotion
Yeah,
makes
the
you
moose.
tired,
Put his
right?
head in our little bubble, and then he said the word and then walked away.
He said, what he say to you?
Mulholland.
Not even close, but yes.
Ori, Ori, what does that mean? Do you know what that means? Mulholland.
well, my dad used to tell me about this moving picture thingy called Mulholland Drive, but that's the only thing I've heard of it.
Pictures can't move, Ori.
Well, there's some kind of magic.
That's
I don't know.
strange. Okay then.
He said it wasn't that good. Anywho, no, I don't. I don't recognize that word.
You know what? It makes sense. Your dad seems like somebody who'd watch a David Lynch movie. I had to look.
Right, wait. Have a nice rest then.
I will curl up with the pupper.
You
Okay.
gotta fight me for it.
Well,
There's everyone who is not on watch is currently in a cuddle puddle.
Except for Crucible, who doesn't care.
Crucible's in standby mode.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing
moves
happens
now.
during second shift.
So, Ori,
Yeah.
hometown, eh? What's it feel like coming back here?
I honestly never thought I would again. It's such a weird thing. It's like you kind of hope that nobody recognizes you and nobody tries to bring up, oh, I knew you way back when, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to have those conversations. But at the same time, it's like, if nobody remembers you, that's kind of depressing too.
Right. You know, sometimes you just gotta forget all that. You know, try to enjoy it a bit. I know it's probably hard, but I'm sure
Well-
there's people there that remember you and love you.
I gotta tell you, Duncan, I did try to forget as best I could. I opened a fucking head shop in a tree and smoked my brains out.
Right.
But some things don't go away no matter how much you want them to.
Well, we're here with you. Just remember that, all right?
Okay. All the same, if we can get in and out of here, get what we need. I don't want to linger too long. Besides, we got work to do.
Hi. Hi.
All right. Third shift.
Joel, Joe, Joe,
Bacon,
Joe.
please.
Joe,
Ah.
Joe,
Duncan.
Joe,
Joe,
Joe.
Joe,
Hi.
Joe.
Okay,
Hi.
it's your turn then.
Hi. Okay.
It's your turn then.
All right. Sir Woofers, wake up. Okay.
Oh
Me
no,
and
the
my-
fluff gets
me-
taken away from Bagby.
Yes, I'm sure she's quite upset about that. But me and my noble companion will stand guard.
All right.
By the way, Joe, Bagby and Crucible said that Frost Giant popped his head inside of the bubble and then said, Mulholland?
Hi, Mulholland.
And
Might be a greeting. I'm not sure what it means, but I think it's hello.
Yeah, but didn't cause any trouble, so that's a good sign. Okay, have a good watch.
Okay. I go and stand over by the dog and quietly say, "What the fuck happened to my life?" I want to go back to catching raccoons.
Okay. All right. Joe,
That's my name.
perception.
Of course. Perception, I get +5, right?
Yep.
As long as you're standing in the bubble.
25.
As the sun starts to crest over the peaks, right before you're about to wake everyone up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in this nice little cave. It's nice and shaded there. Fire's still kindling a bit, warm.
Mm-hmm.
Up the mountain a bit, you see what can only be described as an impromptu campsite for those frost giants.
Okay.
4 full trees have been smashed into the snow with canvas put over the top. And you see two of them walking around.
So Bars was right. Mahalo means I'm gonna take this tree.
A Golog. A Golog means I'm gonna take this.
What are you gonna fucking do about it? I'm taking this tree.
This is mine, and this is mine.
When you're 16 feet tall, you just get to take things sometimes.
I imagine, Mike. I imagine
this.
that. So I'm gonna try to keep my eye on the rest of the surrounding area. But if something else happens, I imagine I would be much less likely to notice that. I would focus most of my attention on the giants.
They don't have a fire. That kind of stands with the whole frost giant thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see that they have been, as they're taking apart their impromptu camp or whatever, they pull the carcasses of the Yetis out of the snow nearby and start munching on one of them.
It's like a furry popsicle. I say that to my dog. He has about the same reaction as you did.
Do you wake people up?
What?
Do you wake people up before as they're doing this, or are you just watching?
No, I want everybody to get a good amount of sleep. I don't think that there's any immediate danger from this giants eating their snacks.
You see them start to finish up. They actually pack up all 4 large tree trunks, undig them, and they each carry 2 on their backs, lash them on their backs, and start to carry them. And at one point, you see one of them indicate and point directly at where you're at, as they're going back and forth. But then they start walking east, away from where you are.
Okay. My butt cheeks would clench when they point at us, But yeah.
They're probably, 600-700 feet away, right? And they still just bright blue, sun hitting them, look like two bright blue trees standing in the middle of the snowbanks. They just look huge.
I'd just probably watch them go.
Yep. They do. They travel to the east and slowly disappear over the trees and the crusting of the mountain.
I would leave the doggo and to keep watch, and I would start making breakfast for people.
Roll survival.
Oh,
Okay. I do have. I don't think I've ever used this, but I have proficiency in cooks utensils.
Nice. Well, you guys aren't often away from luxury, so
Yeah, usually we just buy food at an inn or something. So I don't know, Laura. Do you know how does that work? So I already have proficiency in survival. Does that? Oh,
Bless you.
I see.
Hmm?
Nothing. How does that add if you
add
have-
double proficiency.
Is that it?
Isn't that true? You can get double proficiency and shit.
Yeah, you can get expertise.
So
So I'm proficient in survival and cooks utensils.
So you get your proficiency added twice to your survival.
Okay, cool. Well, I got.
That's how I would. That's how I would do it.
That works for me.
Because you're
I don't know how to
using
do
the
it otherwise.
specific tool that you've been trained in using. I don't know.
Sure.
it's a paladin thing, and you start off with a prayer to the butter god.
I do not worship the butter god.
Praise
No-
be unto Butter God.
No
he went
offense.
to bed a little while ago.
No offense to the followers of the butter god, but I am not one of them.
He ate an entire salmon fillet for lunch and half of a bag of steamed vegetables.
Yay, and it was good.
That kid can fucking eat now. He's turned 3 and he's just a Hoover. It just goes in.
Well, he's getting bigger.
He's getting bigger.
So yeah, 23 then with double. Oh, sorry, no, that's not 22. Proficiency's only 3.
You all awaken to the smells of hash browns and bacon.
hash browns.
That smells delicious. Also, will probably attract bears, but it's.
Joe, that smells amazing.
Yeah, come and grab some. And honestly, I think bears are gonna stay the hell away from here for a bit.
Oh yeah, there's a pile of blood in the snow not too far from here. That is horrific.
Things that were pretty bear shaped that just got murdered.
I suppose that's a fair point.
I actually did I rolled it out and did a little bit, like not all the way, but a little bit earlier today to see how that fight would go in case it happened. And 1v4, we lost one Yeti and then the Frost Giant died. 2v4, it wasn't even close. So
Did he really say Nogalag?
Nope. Yep. Nogalog.
Okay,
I'll go on.
I heard Mulholland.
Well, that's because that's what Bagby has been saying.
Okay,
And everybody just repeated what Bagby said.
probably.
Because
All right.
yeah,
So we head out. Yes?
Yep. Do we get a long rest for that then?
Yes, you do. Everybody gets a long rest.
Yay, spell slots. Sorry, smite slots.
In the middle of the night, the storm stopped. The wind has died. While it is still 1.5 feet of fucking snow, you're not getting punched in the
Just like
face.
this.
You're not getting punched. Yeah, you're not getting punched in the face with a snowstorm anymore.
As we're getting packed up, I'd ask Ori, hey Ori, do the frost giants have any relationship to the weather? As far as you know? Or is that just a coincidence that it was snowing when they were here around us?
well, you know what? Joe, that quite honestly kind of sounds like some hippy dippy bullshit.
Okay.
You want to roll nature, or are you just going to go with hippy dippy bullshit?
He's just gonna insult me and move on.
So, no, that would be out of character. That would be out of character. I'll roll for it. 12. I do not do well on nature rolls for some reason.
Bad druid.
Would you 12? Yeah, you believe the hippy dippy bullshit. The All right. Heading down. I would like everyone, you do not need to roll con save because you're not getting punched in the face today.
Quick question. Which direction are we headed toward versus
North.
where did the giants go?
They're heading east, you're heading north by northeast.
Okay, so not exactly the same direction, but
Not even
somewhat.
close to the same direction. You get half an hour away. You could, if they head in the same direction, you get a half an hour away. You can consider yourself miles away from each other.
Okay.
Especially since they do not get slowed down by the fact that they're on a fucking mountain in the slightest.
Okay.
All right.
Bagby, if you still want to ride Sir Woofer, he actually just sticks around until he dies, or I'd send him away. So
What you've done here is you've created an NPC that is not going to go away. I want you to know that. You've adopted one now.
I mean, he was a horse earlier. It's the same spirit.
And now
Yeah.
he's my puppy.
Yeah, but now it's Sir Woofer, and you fucked up. So that's why we still got. That's why we still got this fucking thing that sits around. All right.
Yep.
It's true. The healing spirit could take any number of forms, any fey form, but it is, Lawrence Elk forever.
It's Lawrence Elk forever.
Well, Bagby needs to start picking up fighter levels so she can do some mounted combat on Sir Woofer then.
Ooh, she switches
That would
to
be sweet.
Lance.
Get her a
Lancer.
regular spear. It's a lance.
Roll athletics.
Okay.
Or Bagby, animal handling.
Animal handling in my soup.
What the hell is with the dice on D&D Beyond? I either am rolling like 3 or below or 18 or above.
Maybe you should be using the excellent dice roller from Patrick.
I don't like doing things that people do.
It worked great for me. I ended up with a completely acceptable 15.
I got a 26 athletics.
Dirty 20.
That should be 19. Forgot to take away the 2 there. What's that, 19?
Okay.
I'm going through puberty again. I'm at that awkward stage.
Because of this, you travel through lunch. You need to eat more field rations if you are going to eat. But you were going to arrive in the town by mid-afternoon. It will be daylight, unless you do otherwise.
I'm going to take off 3 days rations since I made everybody breakfast.
It's fine with me.
I actually, let's see here.
That's why Derek spends a fortune on rations for no fucking reason all the time.
We'll also take off 3 days of rations.
Okay, well, I'll take off 1 day of rations, I guess.
Mike, what did you say before I said what I said? What did you say last?
Unless you don't want to show up in the middle of the afternoon, you're going to show up in the middle of the afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, does anyone have a preference?
Ori, what would you
Or
like
he
to
could
do?
potentially have a preference. That's the only reason I said it the way I said it.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's kind of I agree with Duncan. It's kind of up to Ori on when he wants to walk into his own town.
All right, you goddamn hippie. What do you want?
Yeah, I see what you did there. Any time is fine. It'll be good to go there in the day. The shops will be open and we can buy the gear we need.
Maybe someone there might know a way we can get there faster. Do you know anyone like that? Maybe a guide or something?
Ori, roll history.
Or a wizard with skills in teleportation.
Thorn.
15.
The only person that you're aware that still definitely lives there is your cousin Bo. Bo, and it's your mom's last name. But he's human.
So he's
and
old now.
He's old. If he's alive, he's old.
I had a cousin there. He'd be pretty old now. I'm not sure, but we'll see. All the same, you know, I think like they would probably like their mode of transportation would probably be like what, dog sleds?
Dependent. In the warmer months, they get along just fine with normal elk and cart.
Mm-hmm.
But the carts, yes, can all be converted to runners through dogs or elk.
We could probably get some manner of carriage or caravan to Opendalik. Just got to work that out.
Right, let's go then.
I thought we were going. I thought we were having this conversation while we were walking. Did we stop?
Yeah, you're going. It's fine. All right, you are gonna change the background. Walk into town.
Woo!
I gotta find the background. There. Nope.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, hoping nobody recognizes me. I'm homebound. Diddle-a-diddle-a-diddle.
I could help with that.
How so?
I mean, I could break your nose, give you a black eye or two. They wouldn't recognize you then.
I could fuck up your shit. You want me to fuck up your shit?
Well,
Did I
Bigby,
not
I
put
do
this in here?
appreciate the sentiment.
Might not have.
Truth be told, though, I think I did have 2 black eyes and a broken nose last time they saw me.
Oh, well, then they probably won't recognize you now because you look so handsome.
Oh my goodness. He also doesn't change with time, so. I guess I didn't. Sorry, I didn't import this background before we got here. Before we started tonight. Oh, fuck me. Stop. OBS, can you fuck yourself? Thank you. Here we go. The housing style is Norse and Norwegian style cabin, stone and cabins. You wander into town. It's it's a sizable village actually. Probably less than 1,000, but not too much.
All right.
Oh, it's quite
Ori,
lovely.
I know you said it before, Ori, but what's the name of this of your hometown here?
Frostigdal.
Frostigdal.
Yeah. The title of the
Yeah.
episode.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could have been condescending and said that, but I just wanted to answer in character.
I appreciate you for it.
I forgot I named the episode this. I totally just forgot. Okay, wandering through town. Are you trying to hide in any way, Ori?
I'm keeping my hood up. Not like all super sinister looking, but with like sort of cover my face.
The town has changed very little since you were here last. Where do you go?
Well, first we would want to go to a store to get proper winter clothes.
There's 2 options within town, and they both deal with the same traders coming in from Opendalig and then farther to the north. You have your option between them. They do not have names for the shops. You just remember one is the Stevenson, owned by the Stevensons, and the other one changed hands shortly before you left, and you can't quite recall.
I would go to the one that changed hands.
Okay. You go in there. There is a Goliath man behind the counter organizing.
Oh, hey there, who are you now?
Fair traveler. Elf. Ha! Not much of your kind.
Yeah, I noticed. We kind of wandered in, got kind of lost in the mountains here.
Yes, you did.
As
He scans your group.
As you can see, we're ill-equipped. Could really use some of your nice winter clothes here.
We just call them clothes here, son.
I lean over
Of
to
course.
Bagby and I say, I wonder where Ori got his accent from.
No, that is an excellent question. Maybe from his mama.
This is Goliath,
It's
not human.
the same line of questioning of where Duncan got his accent from.
From his mama.
His mama talks like she's from Jamaica.
That is his grandmama.
Oh, grandmother, sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his mom talks like him.
I think I talk like my mum.
I mean, she does. She does as well, but it's fine. The
Right. Hello there.
Hi. Well, we have a full range. We don't make anything ahead of time, but can have the missus come out and measure you.
Hi. I'd like a coat and maybe some of those nice, those fur pants, whatever you call those.
I'd recommend shoes as well. He looking
aye.
at you.
It's like cartoon style. He comes in, his feet are just ice blocks.
Oh, to be fair, I did get some boots from
Yeah,
the dwarves.
he has
back there,
armored boots now.
but they weren't really great, like boots for winter. So I like some boots as well. I like the whole thing, like with the furs and we're on our way to Uppendalen. Maybe there's someone here that could, help us get there.
That would be the trading company, but Nelsa, we have a full apple bottom jean situation.
I was waiting for it. Waiting for it. When he said boots with the fur, immediately.
His wife also, but this human, and you recognize the breed, Ori and Joe and everybody. I mean, Josiah's from the north. We'll just say that. A thought starts to creep in the minds of some of you that Ori's not a big man. And everyone you see walking through this town, humans, are massive motherfuckers.
He takes after Norm.
So much so. Starts measuring all of you.
Ooh, do me.
Oh, the Hugo.
It'll take through the day to have them properly sewn. Is that comfortable?
Well, that's quite fast. That would be perfect for me.
Oh, we just sew in the pelt.
Oh, lovely, lovely. So this trading company I speak of, where's that at then?
Western side of town. No.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I just kind of give Duncan a look.
I will note they've been. It might cost you a penny. They've been having to add guards to the trade. What
Not
with?
quite sure what a penny is, but we've got gold.
Denian gold sells here fine.
What's the nature of the danger?
The tribes are upset. Just,
Are they?
I try not to involve myself for obvious reasons.
Well, right. I understand that. I'm sorry to hear that things are getting restless again. We happened to cross some frost giants on our way here, and they seemed like they weren't too terribly upset.
We've seen them in the area for a month now. We think the Stormrise festival is about to happen. Or you would remember from back when you were young, every 10 years, the giants get together on the coast and do the Stormrise. To get together the different giant clans, and basically it causes a giant-ass wet season for the south.
Oh, like Sturgis.
Kinda, but it's actual storms.
Oh, festival? That sounds quite nice.
Not if you're our size, friend.
Oh, right.
You're all measured. Go ahead.
I say, honestly, I don't need anything like, as I'm like kind of holding my hood, I'm like, I don't really need anything like fitted. I could just, if you got a nice like parka that I could keep over my current ensemble, I think I'll be fine.
Sorry, we get so few pelts these days. We don't make them ahead of time. We need to measure you for it.
Fine.
The wife is measuring you. She's been pretty quiet this entire time. Not in an awkward way, just isn't the talker, clearly. You're good now. She pats you on the back.
Okay, yeah. Thank you kindly.
All right. You good to go. It should be, glancing at his wife. Oh, tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. Should be good.
Right.
Okay, then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a lovely home.
Oh, not my place, but
Oh,
Buzz house is on the north side.
well, that's
We're-
lovely anyway.
Apologies. We're used to people living in their own stores, space issues and whatnot.
No. Buzz house is on the north side. She repeats herself.
Right.
Oh. Right.
She kind of have a lovely day and wanders back to the back.
As we walk out, I'm like, I suppose I oughta. If you didn't catch that, she pointed out where my cousin's house is.
Oh, I'm quite sure we all got that. So is that where we're going next then?
Yeah, I suppose while we're here, we'll have just that stop and one other. And yeah, I'll lead him that way. So we head to the residence of Bo Fielslagari.
Walking through town, you get some looks. Joe looks like he belongs there for the most part, minus what he's wearing, but the rest of you are, you know, a bit of sore thumb.
You have a lovely tone.
It's
Quite
for the
nice.
it's the vast majority is human. You see occasional Goliath, and that's about it. As far as races that populate the town. There is one northern street. Go ahead and roll perception.
5.
17.
21.
15.
Oh, look at that door. That's a nice door there. What if they made that all by them? That's handcrafted, that is. A lovely place.
Yes, in the fine shops of IKEA.
As you're walking down the street, you're not really noticing much. Bagby, you see somebody kind of glance up at the group of you, and a person with a large woolen cloak on. As you start to pass walking, from behind you, both Bagby and Ori hear, "What's the song, stranger?"
Oh, crap. I kind of turn around. Is he like completely covered by the cloak?
You see a gray beard peeking out from behind it.
Land of bear, land of eagle, land that gave us birth and blessing, land that called us ever homewards. We will go home across that mountain.
That's real nice. How about you sing the real song?
Fuck you, Norm. Oh, mine eyes have seen the glory of the mighty Viking folk. They are storming through the breweries with the ale in casks of oak. We, the bear sucked it because Matt sack, and we hope the Packers choke. The Lions are a joke. Go Vikes!
Go Vikes. He pulls his hood off. And
I'm not sure what I just heard there.
I was debating whether Joe would like start joining in like in the first part of that song.
this man,
Like pretending he knew it.
this old man presents himself.
He's the leader of the companion.
Or you immediately recognize Bo, but he looks a lot older. When he left, he was one of the strongest warriors in town. Now, he's a stout old man.
Hey there, Bo. How are you now?
Hey there, Ori. How are you now? He comes over. Put your damn arms out. Come on now.
Oh, not so bad.
You're still the size of a damn springling.
Well, you know how it is. I never did get my 20 servings of red meat a day.
He looks around. He starts glancing around him.
Oh, sorry. We were on our way to see you. These are these are my friends, my companions for my travels.
You found another running crew.
One might say they found me. This is the one that's been waving at everybody in tone. This here is Duncan Arish.
Hello there.
This is and this here is Joe Swansong.
Oh.
And this large metallic gentleman here is our good friend Crucible.
How do you do?
And this here is our very good friend and esteemed leader, Begbie.
I'm not the leader. I just have the most important job.
Oh, don't you know that shit? The little one jumped right out of nowhere. Hi, didn't see you there.
I've been waving at you.
Kind of hoped she was still riding Sir Wilford.
She did. For sure.
I apologize. I just didn't look down.
Most men don't.
It's
She tries to look really regal on this dog.
it's a grand pleasure, y'all. It's about time you come back. You don't right.
Sorry
I'm not
about
mad.
that.
Shut up. Come on. Have you eaten?
Okay. Not since morning.
Aye. Got some potato cheese soup. Come on.
Like him.
All right. Well, yep. Let's move along. Pitter patter.
He leads you in. These are stilted longhouses. Inside, it's basically one room, but because there needs to be beaming for the size of the middle, they actually do like weird bunks that take up a second floor. Not the middle, right? But up there is where sleeping is and where storage is kept for things that aren't too heavy. The first floor is used for, everything else you need. Kitchen, dining, work benches, anything like that. Inside, you don't see anybody else, Ori. And when you left, he had a wife.
So, I am sorry that I haven't kept in touch. How are things?
Oh, things are good. As good as can be. I'm not as dramatic as the youngers.
Right.
Kids are all up in arms. I'm a granddad now.
Oh, are you now? How many?
6. That's only because Vasey won't stop fucking.
Also 12. I'm sorry to interrupt, but what do you mean the young ones are up in arms?
Oh, kiddos. I hear it from the. I've got 4 myself. Yeah. You remember them, or yeah?
I do. I do.
They all look older than him now. Time is not fair.
I agree.
He starts. He pulls out food for everybody. Duncan's already eating.
Duncan already had some. Yeah.
Bagby, you get a mountainer-sized bowl with a mountainer-sized spoon.
He's so big here.
I know.
Crucible, he also gives you. No, Crucible, he doesn't give you food.
Oh, he understands. Excellent.
He does offer you a pillow, though, to be nice to sit on.
Interesting.
I know your joints sometimes bother you in the cold.
I do appreciate that.
Hey.
What's I heard at the clothier's, those new folks who own the place. They weren't here when I left, but they were saying that things were getting a little chappy with the tribes.
Oh, don't have a leader like her ma. Don't have somebody bring everyone together no more. It's about time somebody stepped up, but ain't getting it.
I mean, surely somebody could. I mean,
No. They 2 big shots are in the Goliath tribes now, and they're fighting each other. It's a big pain in the ass. The elves in the east have all but stepped out. It's ridiculous. Not even trying to help.
suppose I didn't show up here expecting good news.
Last time we had a couple of giants roll through. They said they actually killed an Adenian company trying to walk into the mountains. Can you believe the gruff coming up our way?
Hmm. Well, then I am glad that in light of that, our company has been treated with such warm regards.
Hey. Be honest with you, I'm surprised. I'm happy. Happy you're alive. Surprised. You're here. I thought you'd cleared right out.
You know, it's funny. I really tried to, after my younger years, trying to play hero. Really thought I could get away from it. You know, between expectations with who Ma was, and between and you know, everything we tried to do here, I really couldn't really handle it, you know, but I tried to run away from it, and it found me again, and Yeah, I gotta be straight with you, Bo. We're my friends and I are members of a organization and order that's doing things that's very important for the world, and I never thought I'd be in this situation again, and I'm scared. I'm really scared, but
I'm sure it's as important as it was last time. He gets up. Finish your food. You have a great. I got to go check on the. I'll be right back. And he just wanders outside.
That was awkward.
it's not easy going home when you never intended to.
Or do you think this is a good time, to talk about that thing that wasn't a good time before?
I was part of a adventuring party, not completely unlike this one. Young folks, not certainly I wasn't as strong then as I am now, and neither were any of us. But we were out there trying to solve problems, trying to maintain the peace that my ma had helped put together. It was up to me to make sure that everybody was okay. It was up to me to make sure that through all the scrapes we went through, that everyone would get patched up. Not a whole lot of folks with not a whole lot of folks around here with magic. Not that they're dumb or anything like that and can't figure it out. It's just that it's apart from some light like shamanism, it's just not really traditional. So it was up to me because I was different. And wow. I just I have some more folks to see before we leave.
He wanders back in. I got that to Fenton fixed I was working on. Well, of course, you all stay here tonight, obviously.
Thanks.
I got
Yeah,
I got
the inn
extra.
can get a little rowdy. What?
I got extra blankets up there if somebody with some better working knees could climb the ladder there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Like I got up to do it.
How the hell
She's like,
how the hell her small frame get up them ladder? Holy crap.
She's a quick one, she is.
That's amazing, don't you know?
Too.
I pop my head down from the landing. How many do you want?
I got more than one for each, so you do your math. Might be a tad dusty. Haven't gotten them out since the kids are around.
I walk up to him and say, doesn't feel right for me to take your food and sleep under your house for nothing. Is there anything around here I could help you out with?
Oh no, I'm
Got some firewood for you, maybe.
That I would take. Got some out back, actually. I don't do much work anymore. Kind of hit that age.
Sounds like you're on your way to do some fixing of things. I'm quite good at mending things.
Oh, I mend things around houses, around the street, the
Right,
neighbors,
I'm happy
and
to help. I'm
the
happy
fences.
to help. I'll
Aye,
go with you then.
fair's fair. Oh, since you're all being so nice, anybody good with the blade?
I point at the spear on my back. Pretty good with this one.
I got he goes over to a pedal stone, if you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of work your foot and it spins.
Grindstone.
Yeah, grindstone. Thank you. Said I'd do some sharpening for the farmer, Johansson to the south.
Sure, I could do that.
How about I can help with the chopping the wood too. I could use some exercise.
Do you have anyone in town who picks on you that needs to be punched in the face? That's about all I can do.
No, everyone's too tired and cold to pick on anyone. Especially these days.
Or maybe while we're doing all this work, you could go see those folks you need to see. Unless you want some company, that is.
Yeah, Duncan, that's a good idea.
I can go with you. I'm not doing anything. I promise I won't punch anyone unless you tell me to.
Okay.
I don't have to. It's just if you want company. I can even hide and not be there if you just need like moral support, but not another body. It is up to you. This is your quest.
Bagby, I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I will take the company. Thank you.
Even be really quiet unless you want to talk to me.
Yeah, are coming back, Ori. Tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be back. I'll be right back.
Good. Got to duck out back. And see you later.
Yep. See you later.
So where are we off to first then? I follow him out.
Bo or Duncan or Ori. Sorry, who
Bo.
are you following?
Going with Bo and helping mend things.
And I'll be helping Duncan with those tasks as well. Lending my services.
Joe, you've been around a grindstone before. You know a little bit of sharpening, and it's just farm equipment too. You don't have to go. It's like scythe blades and hoe blades and shit like that. It's nothing crazy.
Okay. If I can get that done, I'd also go chop some firewood too.
Yeah, it wouldn't take you long.
Okay, I got a 21. I assume athletics. Firewood would be athletics. I'm not really sure what you want for this.
Yeah, no, you're doing a great job.
Okay.
I wasn't even gonna make you roll for it. I believed in Joe's
okay.
ability to sharpen a blade and chop firewood.
Okay.
You do notice, Joe, that now that you're milling around, he's got a lot of like. He's got the grindstone. He's got too much wood, and he's got it bundled into different stuff, like different little piles. You can tell he's, just even with him and taking Duncan to go mend stuff, you can tell he's doing odds and ends as like that's what he does now.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I offered to help in the first place. I could tell he older guy living by himself, he probably has some stuff that he's been putting off because he's not able to do it anymore. So figured I'd help out.
Ori, I'm not going to make you act through it unless you want to. Not
I
a lot
would.
of the families would even remember you.
Oh, the walking to where I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay, no, just make it to the little cemetery.
Okay. How it's done out here, because often the ground is too hard to actually bury people. They're burned, and then placards are put up on the trees, on the fencing surrounding the city.
Yeah, I would just go to first. I would go to the little shrine for my mom. And by the little thing that says Nilsine Phil Sigari, I'd just kind of look there for a minute and try and like poke like a little bit of a hole in the ground, much as I can, in like the mostly frozen ground. And just like plant a seed and use a little bit of magic. Just like one little rose would pop up, a red rose. And I just kind of watch it for a moment as it slowly turns white. And I would walk along the placards of all the fallen warriors. Go up to Olaf's placard. Olaf the Barbarian. Plant the little flower. Red rose springs up, fades to white. Go to Balog the fighter. Plant the little seed. Bring up the rose, turns white. Go to Eric the rogue. Plant the rose, grows up red, turns white. And then I'd go to I'd walk away from the wall a ways to another little set of posts separate from the wall. There'd be a little kind of like some little like smaller markers. One for Nora the Ranger. They'd plant there. Rose would come up and stay red. And I just kind of look at it for a while. I'd tell Bagby, she's not out here because she wasn't human or nothing, or even that she wasn't a warrior. It's just she didn't die in battle, and that they have like kind of a thing about that. And the rose would turn white, and little rose would grow up next to it.
All right. Are you good? All right, Duncan Crucible. He takes you around, and basically it's just small odds and ends repairing.
A cast mend.
Yeah,
Cast mend,
it's literally
cast
just,
mend.
he's completely blown away by the fact that you can just do that, and so angry but astonished, and also just like, you caught me up for a week. It's crazy. Okay.
That soup alone was worth it to me. It was delightful.
He takes you back. You all meet back up, and he's cooking duck and turnips for dinner. Go ahead and roleplay a little bit. I have to pee.
How'd the repairing stuff go, Duncan?
Oh, it's quite nice. It's quite rather simple things. I just, we got caught up quickly. We went around and we did all the things. It's a lovely place. It's a bit cold. It's quite quiet at times as well. I like it though.
I think some of the people think that I live here.
What
When I was
happened?
walking or when I was cutting the firewood, some people like waved at me and they called me Frank. I don't know who Frank is.
You've got one of those faces, don't you?
I guess. Yeah. That's probably true.
How was the sharpening then?
That was good. That and cutting wood is a kind of relaxing thing for me.
I suppose so.
Take your mind off of things, just sort of let your body work.
I know. It felt quite normal, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just doing things like that.
Mm-hmm. So
Wonder when
how-
Ori and Bagby are going to get back.
Oh, speak of
Oh,
half elf.
sorry. I closed the door. And then I knock on the door. And then I open it and I come in and I'm like, hey everybody.
Hello there. Did everything go all right then? Just see who you needed to see.
Yeah, good as can be.
Right. Crucible, what do you think of the tune?
I think it's a nice little town. It's not necessarily my cup of tea, but
Aye.
I can see that it's a nice little town but it's still a nice town you want to leave.
It's a bit too far away from the water from me.
Oh, exactly.
Wouldn't know what I do here.
It was nice to take a break, but we've got
Aye.
too much to do.
Bo hears what you're saying. So when you're leaving then?
Supposed to have our coats and things in the morning. I suppose we'll leave then.
We really do appreciate your hospitality. It's been incredibly nice compared to how it's been for us recently.
Aye.
You don't live in a sewer, for one, or a haunted house.
Is that the lives you're living now, Ori? Sewers and haunted houses.
Well, Uri has a really nice house, actually. It's just when we're in, Ori's house is really, really cool. He lives in a tree, and he's basically like our town doctor when we're home.
Really,
You ever been to Krasden? Probably a little too warm for you.
wandering into Adenian country? Not for me.
Yeah, our mayor's from up north here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
It's also his girlfriend.
Shut up, Duncan. His face gets beet red.
Jacobs. That's from Kaparan. Yeah, the Jacobs family's from Kaparan, right, Ori? He's speaking of a village that's
Yeah.
probably 30 miles over.
That stands right to my memory.
Huh? What's a northern woman doing down there? I suppose well for herself. He like elbows you, Joe.
Well, yeah, running the show. Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
complain.
As you shouldn't. You love the strong love. That's what you need.
I like her.
Eat up, eat up, eat up. He smoke cooked the duck with rosemary and mint, and just kind of roasted.
I love how detailed you get in these throwaway cooking things that you do, Mike.
I know. I like it.
Gives
I care.
it really sets the mood for that hearth and home.
It's great. It's great.
And it's lard roasted
Potatoes.
Turnips.
Oh,
Which Bagby
turnips are okay, I guess.
all of them. Because she doesn't eat the duck, but she eats all the turnips.
Oh, Ori, before you go, got something for you. They cleared out your ma's house. Yeah, found some stuff she'd stored away.
Oh, okay.
He starts to pull a trunk, having trouble pulling it, but out from underneath his bed.
I would go to help him if there's time.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, thank you. He opens it up. Out and from out he pulls a glaive head with no handle.
Mm.
And a rolled up parchment that's about yay long. Here's mountain faller. Lost the wood in the, well, you know when, but this is for you. Been holding on to it.
I sure do appreciate that, but I'm always on the move. You could keep this and display it, and why?
I didn't hold it onto it for 15 fucking years for you to tell me no. So take.
Sorry. Of course.
Sorry.
Oh.
Apologize.
It's Thank you all.
We might as well unroll it. Show everybody. It's beautiful. It's the painting they had done of her, Ori.
Oh,
I didn't want to hang it and have bugs get at it or whatever. So
I'll be get it a right proper frame. Do it right.
oh, come on, show the class. Show the class.
No, I got it out. Got it out.
Hey. So, that's a painting of your mum?
Yeah, that's my man.
Well, she was quite stunning, wasn't she?
And it doesn't show it proper. Full 4 inches taller than me. Crazy big.
I throw a kind of a sideways look at Ori. The hell happened to you?
It's all that twink let itself blood. Ruined him.
I wish that was the worst thing I dealt with from Norm.
You're not dead yet. No offense, but I figured somebody killed him by now.
Not
Oh.
for lack of trying.
Seems to be doing quite well.
Ugh. Well, I lost a bet.
Oh, so so he hasn't been back here yet. I thought he might be back here to torment you guys at least once or twice.
Hey, Palatine, older lady who lives across the street from your ma's, or, her stone, says he pops in once in a while.
Remember, he used to always bring you those funny magical pictures. It would always end with the guy kicking the funny looking ball and it going either left or right of the thingies, and everybody'd get really upset.
Still have no idea what those are.
Me neither, but the drunks really made a big deal of it.
Well, without it, we wouldn't have a tackle ball.
Well,
Oh, you should know the Vikes are doing well this year, by the way.
or they know.
It's the neighborhood team. Or it was on him. He didn't play a
Sometimes
lot.
they couldn't tell if I was a player or the ball. Anywho's, yeah, I'll get this home if I live that long, and get it framed up proper.
You're heading out tomorrow morning.
Hey,
I'll head down ahead of you while you're getting your stuff from the store, and I'll figure out a good group. I still have some pull down there.
much appreciated, Bo.
At this point, unless there's anything else anybody wants to do, you can go ahead and do a long rest.
Just thanks, Bagby. Just thanks.
Anytime.
Due to the pelts on the floor, the nature of the way these are built, and the large fire, it's actually pretty fucking comfortable in here. You don't have to sleep on the floor, but it's still a padded floor situation. Next morning, you all wake up and Bo's already gone.
Hey, Duncan. 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 Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan. Duncan.
Right. I'm up.
Van.
Me.
Van.
Duncan.
So I would.
Like a minute later.
It takes a minute to go through restart phase. He's getting there.
It's like processing, initiate mode, Duncan.
That's the best rest I've had in a long time. How'd everyone else sleep then?
Excellent. I say as I'm putting my armor back on. I gotta finally take this off for once.
I'd just be busy getting the pelts folded and put away, because you don't want to leave a mess when you're a guest somewhere.
Aye.
Bagby, do you remember where you got those from?
The pelts?
Yeah, the extra pelt blankets things.
Oh yeah, from upstairs.
Okay. Did you take them back and put them away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I see a broom?
Yeah, there'd be a broom.
I'm gonna sweep I'm gonna real quick, like as everybody gets outside and gets all ready, I'm gonna real quick sweep any dust and dirt we brought in out the door.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Where do you head?
Clothing store, right?
Yep. Head back to that same store.
I.
While
Sure.
I'm upstairs, I
Okay.
want to take out the piece of my parchment and write a little letter and fold it up, and then I'm going to leave it on the mantle of the fireplace before we go.
What does it say?
Thank you, Bo, for your hospitality. Your soup and turnips were delicious. It was a pleasure meeting you and staying with you. Also, Ori's pretty great. I don't know if you know that, and I don't know if he believes it, but he's pretty amazing. And I think maybe he should know that. And so should you. Begbie.
As you go up to put it on the mantle, you see that there's another letter there, folded and sitting.
Does it have a name on it?
To Vissy.
To Vissy. I will leave it. I'm not in the habit of reading other people's mail.
Okay.
But I leave it there.
As you as you go back in to put your quill away, right? Your pen.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new piece of paper in your pocket.
Oh, about the fucking time. I pull it out to read it.
Hey, Bagby!
Nitma, you've aged about 40 years since the last time.
I haven't done this voice in a while. Everybody suck my dick.
Hey, Bagby!
Well, you're gonna have to pay extra for that kind of treatment.
Also, does Nitma call her Bagby? I feel like she calls her like
Sweetheart. Yeah, she calls her
Sweetheart.
sweetheart.
Kiddo.
Or kiddo. Hey, kiddo.
There you go.
First off, I'm going to start with, I'm sorry. I was a bit of a situation. Strict rules. I'm not going to say I'm sure you understand, because I have a distinct feeling that you're going to be angry with me. I'm heading home. It's going to take me a minute, at least a few days. I'm going to try to jump one of the southern trains. We'll see how it goes. I met him. The War King. It's worse than we thought. I'm sending a letter to Jacobs and Lacey as well. When we get back, I'm going to do the formal paperwork. I would like you to take over for me. If you have a chance, try to find the Queen. I believe she's north of the river. If I had to guess, I'd say the capital.
It's a good guess.
Solid guess.
Damn, Nitma's good.
This army, it's scary, Bagby. It's real scary. Heading back. I hope to see you soon. Hugs and kisses. Nitma.
I took the Nitma stamp with me.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean I can reply to that letter?
It does not. She would have had to have stamped the letter. You have to stamp it on send.
Oh. And I'm going to fold it up and put it back in my pocket because I want to read it again later. And I'm going to spend a lot of time with it to try, because I know Nitma and I know some of her codes and ciphers that she uses. So I'm just going to make sure she didn't put anything extra in it. But I'm going to do that later. when we have time.
Okay. Does that make you feel better, Bagby?
No, I'm still pretty pissed.
Okay. Sure shit. You guys show up to the general store, and as soon as you walk in, you don't see the guy from last night, but you see the wife. Oh, hello. Come on in.
Hello there.
Oh, hello again.
All done.
That's amazing. You're already done.
Oh, I work with my ma.
This is fantastic work. Thank you so much. It feels impolite, but what's the damage?
Together or separate?
All together.
Together?
Northern coin or Adenian?
Got some
Indian.
Adenian gold.
She does some quick math on a parchment next to her. You can see she's like trying
Sorry.
to. No, it's okay. We exchange with the traders and they take it to open dollar. They're good with us.
Bagby tugs on Duncan's vest.
Wait, what? What?
I don't have any money.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Joe tugs on Duncan's vest. I don't have very much money.
I just kind of hold my hand up.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
It's 3 Adenian for the two of you. She points at Ori and Duncan. Only one for the. I don't know what you are. And she points at Bagby.
Well, I'm a goblin.
I
We live underground, and we're not dumb. We're very, very smart.
is that the kind of
So,
dwarf?
Yes.
Let's say yes.
That's 1, and then the big boys 5. We had to saw in a second a couple extra.
Can I? Ah, shit. I trust him. I'll give him
That's
5.
17 in total.
No, it's
Hey.
5, 3,
Hey,
3. So it's 11 and 1.
it's
12. 12.
12. Okay.
Because Crucible doesn't need anything.
Ori,
Oh,
put yours away, Ori. Go to this one. And I gave her the 12. And then I gave her 1 extra. That was for you. Thanks. You did fine work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thank you, Duncan.
Oh, you're quite welcome. You do so much for me all the time.
If you're interested, we
fine.
did a combination snow fox and elk. Snow fox in the lining.
That's so soft. And it doesn't even smell dead.
Oh no. We proper removed meat.
It's quite nice. I gotta say though, I'm getting a bit warm standing in here because it's so good. So I best be leaving now. You have a wonderful shop here.
Oh hey.
Tell your mum thanks.
I wave and follow Duncan out.
As
Thank you
you're leaving, you see a bit of wonderment on her face as she's putting the gold into one hand and just scooping it. Or you would know this is probably a big ass sale for anybody in this town.
You usually don't have 4 people walk in who need full apparel all in 1D.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just put that as winter clothes for
Yeah.
items.
Bagby, go ahead.
Duncan,
Hey,
Was that how you flirt?
Was that what I was doing? I feel weird.
I mean, you were very much like, here, have an extra gold, and your shop is lovely. Tell your mother we said hello.
I was
and
just being polite. I was, and I thought she did. Now I feel embarrassed now.
her? Do you
Is
think
that what
she's pretty?
Does she think that I was? Oh,
No, Duncan.
Awkward
In this
about that.
case, Duncan, in this case, you are this is a normal amount of polite for this kind of a community.
Bagby, come on. We know he's saving himself for Idolin.
Could have done without hearing that name again.
it just gets complicated, doesn't it?
Crucible gets upset. Crucible gets noticeably
Crucible
upset.
didn't even hear me say that, but he gets upset.
He reaches into his garment and says, "Oh, you mean her?"
As he's tacking up a one picture.
He's holding more
Starting to
wine.
hang him in this town.
He's hanging
Who the fuck knows?
Idolin wanted posters in fucking Frostigdal.
I love the idea that
Frostigdal.
he's just putting them everywhere. Like when we got stopped in the tunnel with the train, he just put one up there just to be safe.
All right. You get to the trade post, and Ori, you can see this used to be called the Western Route Trade Company. It is now called the Nasine Trade Company.
Gotcha. Yep. So, yep, named after my ma. Got it.
It's got a lovely little, not proportionally appropriate bust of her. Nothing inappropriate, but her face looks like. Have you ever seen the Ronaldo bust of his face, where it's like they don't nail it? It's kind of that.
It's hard to do fine sculpture with cold hands.
It's not offensive, but they didn't nail it.
All right.
You see Bo talking to some heavily armored men. He walks up to you. He's not wearing the furs from yesterday. He's wearing leathered armor.
Very fancy.
Hello there, Bo. What's with the armor then?
I can't trust these idiots. I'll get you to open dialogue.
Oh, well, that's right. Nice.
I'm nothing if not nice.
That's right.
Didn't
Nice,
fit
isn't
the
it,
way it
Ori?
used to.
Oh, there's some nice folk up there. They could probably let those seams out a bit for you.
Aye, it's just a bit of a walk. I'll shrink into it.
You know,
No, the seamstress know that Duncan sent you. I'm sure she'd give you a discount.
What is it? I wasn't. It did. What?
He looks directly at Duncan. Lord, she's married to a Goliath. I hadn't to do that.
I didn't do. I did not.
he just
Maybe.
gets flustered very easily. But on a
Once you
serious
feel
note,
Goliath, you walk bow-legged for a while.
Go ahead, Ori. Sorry.
you know, we are like warriors from like a super secret order. We're quite capable. You don't have to do that. I know there's probably no talking you out of it, but I promise we're fine.
It'll be fine. I talked to you a moment, Ori. Leader Bagby. He leans down to you. Leader Bagby.
Yeah.
The Adenian over there in the long cap. He's in charge. You can negotiate your cost with him.
All right. I left
Keep
you
in mind.
on your mantle.
Keep in mind, he whispers in. He's from the Dina Guard. Don't trust a fucking word he says.
Right. Crucible, I think you should handle the Athenian guard person. He's over there with the long cap.
Okay.
He's who's in charge that we have to barter the cost of us going with them. I would, but
You don't exist.
they don't know that I'm real.
Because Adenians...
Joe, you're both charismatic people. Duncan, go too.
Right.
All right. Sir Woofers, hang out with Bagby.
Or he pulls you off to the side away from everybody. I'd like to travel with you for a time. Or maybe past Open the Lock.
Boy, you know what? I know what that means. I won't say no to you, Bo. Not again.
You know,
But you
I
gotta
could...
know that the things we're doing are very dangerous. You can't follow us everywhere. But
Your ma trained me the same as you. You don't get to stand here with your youthful looks and tell me that I can't do it. I won't be forgotten, Ori. I'm getting my name on the fucking wall. You make sure they put my name on the wall. Promise me, Ori.
There's too many names on the wall, but I promise.
It's decided then. Fantastic. I think I will double back to the seamstress. She's a big lass, but talented with a needle. Just need to let out an inch or two. Ugh.
We'll wait for you.
He walks with a limp away. Ori, you're fully aware. He's younger than you, but not a lot younger than you.
Oh yeah. Ori's aware of the situation.
All right. Who wants to negotiate travel? Oh, sorry, Ori. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
I would go back and I would talk to my friends, but I don't think I would get to them before they would already be in that conversation.
I'm sure not. All right. Crucible Joe and Duncan. Bagby, I'm sure you're Yodaing someone.
I mean, I'm not super good at negotiations anyway, so.
She's hanging out with Sir Woofington.
Yeah, I'm probably hiding with the dog.
Actually, she wouldn't have been too far from Bo, so I would go back to Bagby and talk to her first, but let's do the other conversation.
Sure.
Yeah.
And when it comes to negotiating prices, I'm probably not the best one for it because I'm at a disadvantage there.
Okay.
Oh, you want how much? And for what?
Do you want me to take this one, Duncan?
Well, we're in mid negotiation, so I was just
Oh,
trying
you're
to
already.
just,
You're
I
already.
was just
going.
trying to start the
I got
ball rolling there.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, you understand, you northerners, as he glances suspiciously at the three of you. It's a dangerous path these days to Opendaleg with the snows and the storm, right?
I understand, but I need you to walk me through that again. What are we getting for that money?
Protection and knowledge of the path.
Wait, how many of you are there coming with us then? Just you?
Oh, no, myself and 6 armed guards that you will be at the utmost of protection. On top of it, we will set up proper campsite every evening so you will sleep in comfort.
Can I eyeball the guards to see, like, do they look at all competent?
Roll insight.
Okay. Wisdom. Yeah. 16. Not
We've
bad.
gotten to use a lot of different skills tonight. I like it.
Yep. It's nice.
16.
Yep.
Of the 6, 4 of them are clearly northerners. You can tell the breed. Mountainers, you know what I
Big
mean?
boys. Okay.
Yeah. So walking through this pass is probably annoying to them, but not a problem. 2 of them are clearly mercenaries purchased somewhere south. And they look like, while they look hardened as well, they also look like the trip here has been a fucking pain on them. One of them's wearing clear medical wraps on a left arm. You have to assume from frostbite or something like that. And the other one is in full mittens. And you can't imagine a sword arm using mittens.
But you were going anyway for trade and what? And you want to charge us each that much just to tag along with
It's just a small 15 a head.
It's 15. It's not small, is it? It's not small. That's quite. It's quite
Well,
a bit.
it's
quite large, isn't
extra effort to travel the ways and look for other people. We have to spend resources to feed you along the path.
Oh, so you're feeding us then? So
Of
you're
course,
providing the
food
for us
and
then?
water provided, as well as tenting and protection. You will be at the utmost. You will need to walk a certain amount. The elk, you understand, they get tired in the snow.
So here's the thing. We're not merchants in wearing silk. We're people who have seen combat before. So if anything attacks us, we'll be up there helping you fight. We're not going to sit back and watch you guys do it.
What would you like to roll for this?
Well, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
So I think it'd be perfectly reasonable to drop that price down to 10. Cover the food, the tent, the watch while we're sleeping, and of course the pleasure of your company. I would say persuasion. I'm not trying to be intimidating him.
Is there a roll for snark?
Persuasion, go ahead.
Okay. Dirty 20. Yeah, paladin.
He grabs the outside of your hand with his left hand and makes you shake his hand real quick. 10 agreed.
After he walks away, I'm a little confused. I'm like, I'm not sure if I got a good deal or not. But
So 10's a good deal for you then.
He just walks away. No, he walks away after the handshake.
yeah, I think Duncan's saying that to me.
Oh, right. That's what I'm saying. And you laughed at me when I paid some 10.
look.
That's
I don't have to
50.
worry about food or water.
That's 50.
Yeah,
Fine.
but it's only 10 each, and it's 50. Yeah.
Bagby has $0.
Yeah,
I was gonna
I'll
say,
pay for Bagby if
saying
it's that big
like
of a
we
deal.
have the money.
Yeah, we've got the money.
A
All right.
breeze comes through, and I'm like,
Actually,
did Joseph just get hosed again?
before Duncan or Crucible would walk away, I'd say, I guess whoever's Bagby's best friend would want to pay for her way. So
Oh no.
Don't worry, I've got Bagby. No worries there. I was just giving you a hard time, Joe. You did fine work.
Crucible, are you letting this
did quite
fly?
well.
I think we've got a new term for this. It's called negotiating.
Oh!
My hell.
look,
It hurts. It
look,
hurts.
Crucible. I don't know how much a guide usually costs, and neither do you. Okay, I got us a 33% discount. All right.
Bagby
know?
and Ori, you were about to
know?
talk to each other. Go ahead.
Bagby, Bo insists on coming with us. It's just the way things go around here. He thinks he has to die a warrior. I don't want more family on that wall. But I can't tell him no. Not after everything he's done for us.
In this town, in the line of your family, there's honor going up on that wall.
The most, Ori. Your mother was the most.
There's really nothing more important to them.
Well then, you may not like it, and you may not agree with it, but he will die happier than in his sleep at home and never getting his name up on that wall. And wouldn't you rather be with him when it happens than knowing that he went off with someone else?
I don't know. It didn't help me being with them when my friends died.
It's never easy letting someone go, especially when it's unexpected, like your friends. This will let him kind of choose his own terms. We could all be that lucky to choose how we go. But it's not easy for the ones who are left behind.
While we're waiting for him to get fitted, there's something I need to do.
What do you go do?
I go back to the little post off of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I say to the post, like, oh, Nora, it's been a while and may yet be a little while longer. Shoot, I should have talked to Crucible about these things. I don't know the path back, but I take the ring off my finger and I just kind of push it into the ground next to the post. Say, but if it's sooner rather than later because of everything that's going on, maybe this will help me find my way back. And then I head back to the others.
Bo is there. He's had everything let out a little bit. Thank you very much for watching tonight. Have an excellent evening.
Before we head out,
Please.
I don't have anything.
may Lady Umberly protect us and bless us as we get on our way. And may trouble ignore us each step of the way. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kind of went the Bon Jovi.
Umberly's the one that sinks ships, right? The fuck are we toasting her for? Thank you very much for watching. Have an excellent evening. We'll be back tomorrow with Blood Moon. Sunday, we will be here with a Distant Star. And Tuesday, we're going to look to change it up a little bit, but there will always be a Tuesday afternoon show. Thank you very much for watching. Have an excellent evening. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Hi,
Night.